Hector. So I'm going to be recording my journey to be sharing it with everybody. I had a question when generating the new domain lead. Am I able to do multiple zip codes on a campaign?
You probably shouldn't do any zip codes at all, really, because I don't believe those zip code filters actually work.
Okay. Okay. So for instance, can I share my screen? How do I do that? 1 second. Yeah. 1 moment. All right, so we're here. All right, so I'm here. So when I do New York, right? Say I want to look at New York or Long Island or something like that. Is there a capable? Is that because I want to do the new domain lead? Is there a way to search it with the New York, or is that too broad? Because when I try to click submit, it said incomplete form.
Try to your screen. Can you zoom your screen down a little bit so it's not so big? I mean, your screen. It seems like you've got that page zoomed in a couple. Hit Control minus.
Is that better? All right. So here, so I have all this. I'm not sure where I'm missing because I just want to like. Is it? Go ahead.
Hit submit. Okay, so do a search again. And what date are you? Oh, well, don't pick that date. You're picking 1/1/2018. Don't pick that date.
Oh, what? How close should I come?
Something within last month or something. How long have you been a member for? Something like that.
Oh, okay. So I'll do May then.
Yeah, probably since April, May, probably.
Okay. Yeah. It was right around my birthday. I remember. All right. So May. Oh, awesome. Thank you. That's simple enough.
I don't think that New York is doing anything though. To be honest, if you really actually want to filter by, look, I'll show you. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, hold on. Let me stop sharing.
Are you recording this, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Cool. Do you put these online whenever we talk? I wish you would, like, record them and just upload them online someplace.
I'm starting to do it. Like I talked with Dennis. Dennis is awesome. He recorded my phone conversation as far as like our strategy call, and I'm getting into the comfortability of recording, putting online, getting the keywords, doing my Instagram, doing my Twitter, because I'm into the social media and I know the social media game works. And if I have video content and audio content backing it, how do I stop sharing screen?
Just go down to the Zoom tab and hit stop share.
Pause share. No. Where am I? It says new share, mute, stop video, manage participants, pause share.
Yeah, pause share. Probably.
Stop share. Perfect. All you. Thank you.
So that domain search came from here. All right. So that domain search essentially what happens. All right. He comes from he's just a data dump that I buy from someplace, all right?
Okay.
So I buy some data dump, who is Proxy Datas. This data right here. So I get this data right here, all right? So these guys sell me some data. I get these guys right here. So okay. These are newly registered domain databases. It's newly registered. So every day they give me a data dump. So essentially every single day, these guys give me a data dump. I pay them $95 a month, and then every day they give me, bam, a data dump. All right. Okay. What they give me every day is they give me a dump of every file that essentially they have to give it. They give me a dump essentially every domain that during a set amount of time, which is a 24-hour period that ends at 12 o'clock exactly UTC.
Okay.
So during that previous period, a little bit after that, they give me the data dump, and it's for a day period that ends, 24 hours, that ends at midnight UTC time. So it's a file that contains all the domains that the domain registers have filed a notification publicly to say this domain has been renewed or purchased. All right. During which is that they have some, I don't really know how long they have, like 72 hours or 7 days or something. A register has X amount of time to make a public record of a domain, that a domain has been owned or leased for a period of time from somebody. Okay. All right. So they give me a dump every day of those reports. So it may not necessarily be that the person registered a domain on that particular date. It's just whenever the register is publishing that information saying, hey, here is the registrant. All right. So anyways, they give me those files every day, and they're worldwide files. So what I did is I buy that data obviously because it's a lot of data. So
yeah.
What I did is I built this because I build a lot of softwares, if you haven't realized.
No, not at all.
I hire a lot of software engineers, and part of what I do is if they're fresh out of college, I got to train them for like 6 to 9 months to actually be able to be where I can make money with them, right?
Yeah.
So I have them build their stuff, or whenever they're not busy, or whenever I want to train them, I have them build stuff. So anyways, we built this software right here. It's also meant to be like a SaaS software. I don't even remember the login, to be honest. All right.
Hey.
So this is a login here. And there's actually another login where, this was actually meant to be like a model of a SaaS, all right? So right now I've logged in as an admin user, all right? Or I was logged in as an admin user. So you see I can import this list. These guys give me this list every day. I buy this data for $95 a month. Every day they give me the list, I can import it. All right. I also have a little script that they will post the list every day to my script, and my script now just feeds it in, so I don't even have to import the list. It's automatic. But anyways, I can come in here and search a domain. So we built this, obviously for Text in Bulk, it seemed like a very good integration to get this data and then be able to put right inside Text in Bulk. All right. So that's why that domain lead search is there. Now, I never actually really use that search in Text in Bulk because I have access to this, right? I can just go in and I can say here, I can give a whole range. I can say, hey, tell me everything that was registered on this first week of August that has money in it, all right? That has the word money in it. And I could probably go in and do some filters, like in Text in Bulk. You see that domain count and you see that leads unlock count.
Yeah. Could I ask what that actually means? Because I know it's like just so for my own knowledge, what does those actually mean? Domain.
Yeah, sure. So there's 2 different things here. Here you see the results. This is me looking as an admin. Okay.
Okay.
This is me looking as an admin, and you can see I've got all these results back of people, all these domains. Look, TSG, I searched for domains that include the keyword money from 8.5 to 8.11, all domains. So I got back 144 leads. Now, out of those 144 people, look how many domains were registered. There was 1 million domains registered. So that means that some of these 144 people here own a fuck ton of domains, right? There's 1 million fucking domains distributed between
probably trying to resell them for a little bit.
So like, look right here, this guy right here, getmoneycredit.com. All right, it's registered name GDPR masking. He's got 29,000 domains.
Okay.
All right, so that's what total domains means. Like, look at this guy right here. Here's a person right here. This is Benjamin Jones. He's got a total of 3 domains. I can look and I can see he's got these 3 different domains. He's got one money with makingdg.com, money with, he's got these .com, .info, and .net.
Okay.
This guy right here, Tony, he's got 7 domains. So I can see he's got 7 domains.
Okay.
More or less about 2 different things. avoidhardmoneylender.com and jumbohardmoneylenders.com. All right, so that's what total domains mean. Like this guy right here, they got 29,000 domains. So I'm gonna look at this page and it's gonna take a little bit of time to fucking load because it's
29,000.
It's 29,000 domains. If this dude wasn't mask information, because it is GDPR mask, if it wasn't mask information, then this would be a good lead to contact, as you can see, because this dude has, I mean, do you know how much money it takes to have that many domains registered? A lot of money.
That's like, what is that? That's like 29,000.
Like $100,000 right there in domains. Yep.
200,000. Yeah. Because you times it by 10, the average lead per month. Yeah.
This guy right here, look at all the domains he has. And this software was originally intended, I was making another software, and you can click this button called Create Website, and what it does is it spins up a server on essentially something like a cloud server provider. It uses an API and it creates a new server on a cloud server provider, and it creates 2 WordPress installs, a coming soon page, and then like just a generic page, so that these people, you can go in and create websites for them, and your leads, you can essentially, because the goal was whenever you created this website, it would essentially send out an email to that person that just registered a domain and said, hey, look, I built your coming soon page that will work great for you. And I've got a full website that can be deployed in just a little bit that can maintain. You've got a domain essentially hosting and everything. But anyway, so that's what that domain, that's what that is. That's what that domain count is. And leads unlocked, essentially, if you look at the same thing, let's just look at the 14th. Leads unlocked doesn't really mean anything. All right, so in text and bulk, it doesn't mean anything. So it should actually be removed. But essentially, this software right here, you see there's a user list here?
Yeah.
All right, so that means that if there's a user list, most likely it means that I can do something like this. Oh no, and sign in. All right, I can do the same search. Let's say money. I'm logged in as a user right now.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that.
Not as a super admin. All right. And see, I'll run that same search that I just ran over here as an admin.
Okay.
And you'll see that it will be a little bit different. My results will be different.
I love it.
Well, anyways, what happens is that all the data that you see, all the data that you see is locked. So like all the data is actually locked. Whenever you come in here, I'm not sure why that's erroring out. It's just no big deal because nobody actually uses this. We don't have any users in this platform.
Yeah. No, you're showing an example of something that you're reviewing. I understand.
Correct. So what happens is this user right here, since he's not an admin, since he's not an admin, he doesn't see this information here. He sees it all starred out. All right. He doesn't see all this information. He sees the domain name. He sees how many it's unlocked. He sees all the domains that he sees this number. I think maybe not this number, but he sees this zip code, but he doesn't see this actual information.
Okay.
So it's encapsulated. He sees that there's some there, but it's encapsulated, and he has to unlock it. And once he unlocks it, then he can actually see that information. And because he's with his membership plan, there's X amount of leads that he gets that he can unlock, right? So then you can see how many people have actually unlocked it. So you can see, hey, this lead in this domain, 20 people have went in and unlocked it and gotten his information. So he's probably got 20 phone calls and 20 emails of people saying, hey, do you need this, this, or that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it gives you a lot of tools. A lot of ammunition, as I would say, to go in and attack someone who just say, hey, I know you did this and that. How can I assist you? And you already know what you can assist them with, so it gives you an opportunity to go into that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a demo piece of software. So
awesome.
It was just a demo piece of software so I could have the data and get the data and get it. Because if you look at the data that actually comes from these guys, it's really ugly and there's no way to actually search it. There's no way to format it, to search it, to actually get the information, and it'd be really useful. It's really kind of useless data. So it just allows me to search that data and do stuff with that data, like send emails to them and run phone calls. So for you in text and bulk, it's really useless. That information is really,
no problem.
Text and bulk, you can think that all there really is you can go search. You can get one day at a time, and you can put in a domain name if you want. So because we for some reason we just didn't develop it that much because it wasn't something that was really being used by that many people. So
no problem. I had a second question in regard to the same topic. At this time, are you able to do multiple states?
Multiple states.
Like for instance, like say if I wanted to do just stay on the same topic of
you're gonna get all states. Like if you run this search right here.
Oh, I could leave it blank and I'll get all states.
Correct.
Okay.
You can put in New York and you'll get all states.
Really? Okay. Okay. That makes sense then.
Correct. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what you put in. Those filters don't work in here. I'm pretty sure those filters don't work inside here. I'm pretty sure if you actually match up the data, that it's not going to work. It's on the list of things to actually do. You just can understand that we kind of built that. I built that to have those people to actually, because before I would go in and actually do the search here and then export the data. And put it into text and bulk. So you can see how it naturally made sense for me just to tell them to be like, hey, just make a native integration where I can get it in there. And it was just easier to be able to go in and get it one day at a time, especially because nobody was actually using that search. It was just that domain lead search was just another proof of concept to show like, hey, there's lead generation that we could easily build into this. How like one way is just go get a data list, buy a data list from somebody. And put that data list in there and then just have that data and make it usable, just like what I did. I was getting data from these guys and it wasn't usable, and I wanted to make it usable where I could, do something with it, like send them phone calls or something.
So I have another question while working with Text and Bulk, and for instance, so that list, right? I'm just going like step by step right now. For the Newly domain, just because I want to, get involved. If I have any questions, I want to be able to answer them. With the newly registered domain names, it only does it by a singular day. It doesn't do a range of search. Am I correct in understanding?
In text and bulk, yes.
In text and bulk. Awesome. Thank you very much. Come in. 1 second. No, that's really it. So if I wanted to just focus on this newly domain registered name and trying to go like that, I would have to do multiple searches, and then I could export it, import it to one list, and then delete the other list. Correct? Am I understanding? If I wanted to do that,
you could, but I don't see why you would do that. I mean, if you're doing these newly registered domains, it's intended just for you to get one day at a time. But if you run any one day, you're going to get a bunch of domains back. Like if you run, like here's 417, you run this, it's 266. I mean, literally, if you think about it, how many people are you going to try to contact today? Hopefully, you think about it. I mean, what do you want what do you think your success rate is going to be? So you think you're going to have a 1% success rate? What does that mean? Well,
out of
Probably
100 people, you only get one person to actually do something. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty
probably
cool.
what you're doing ain't real good, right? It's probably not working real good. But let's say, now what's your average, but let's say it is 1%. What's your average time going to be that you can actually spend with that person and get that interested party that's become a lead now, to get them to actually convert and work them somewhere in your process funnel, right? In your sales funnel, to warm them up, right? So what you're doing is you're trying to outreach somebody, you know, just get somebody to respond so that you can start a little relationship, so that you can figure out how, you know, what it is, how you can fit in somewhere with them where you could actually help them with something in a way that you get something out of it. You get some money out of it, obviously. So how many of those can you possibly do every single day? So I don't think you would necessarily need to go into every single day and then create those and then export them and then create one big list. I mean, you could if you want to.
It was just something that I was wondering if I could do. And the fact that I can do it is something cool. You know, that's something like, hey, if you wanted to do this, you could do this. Go have fun. It's just my knowledge.
You could export them, and then you could essentially create a new list with all those guys together, and then import that right back in.
Perfect. Awesome.
And log in here. And let's say you do the search. We just did that search from 1st to the 15th, right? And you wanted to be in New York. So here you can actually search by New York and get that information. I'm sure you'll know better than me if all this is New York. The zip code right here.
11, yeah, that is.
So you just got back 15,000. You just got back 15,000 leads, and then you can export these leads. And if you actually look over here. Pretty sure if you just do this. What was that?
It was yeah. Okay.
Create that fucker. That's what I just got from domain leads right there.
Awesome.
I think that should just open up that list. And there was, over here, there was 1,569.
Okay.
Keep in mind, these are leads, not domains. There's actually much more domains in this. All right.
Correct.
There's actually a lot more domains in this, but it's useless if you, I mean, you got to understand that some of these dudes, like this guy right here, if I give them to you 5 times, that means you're going to be texting a guy 5 times probably the same message, because this same guy purchased, maybe has 5 domains. So then this will just be all those people that you just saw in here. So you can do that.
Yeah. Understood. Well, that helps me a lot. And it's just something that I would, you know, that'd be something cool to understand how to do, because if I'm looking for newly people who are just starting out like I am, I think that would be good to have here. Here are some tools that are going to get you what you need, because you know what you need. All I can do is help you get to there. So that, I think that would be helpful for me.
So yeah, you could definitely look at people like this. Get these guys. Oh crap, we just searched. See these guys right here?
Yeah. So that means they only have 1 or 2 domains, and which means that they're more refined.
And they just got them. They just got them on this day.
Okay. What could be done by him with tier 5 as the tools. For instance, using tier 5's tools, you could increase your traffic through your marketing campaign, which is going to be through text and bulk, and things like that. And the way you also get more notice is by putting more information, good contact out. So I just answered my own question. Awesome. I love it. I love it. John, you are an amazing individual. Thank you so much for giving us, everybody, the opportunity and taking your time to actually do this with us, because, I know how much time you actually have in a day, and you always give it to us. So I do thank you for that. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my day because I have to do my 9 to 5 because I need a paycheck in the meantime.
I got like 6 9 to 5 technically, so.
I love it. I love it. All right, what time is it for you? You're almost done with your day.
I'm never done with my day. I'm never done with my day till the day's over, but it's 6 p.m.
6:16. I'll never get used to that. But I meant your normal work day. For normal people. But John, again, thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day. I will probably see you later on today because you're going to jump on another live call as you always do.
Yep.
I love you, dude. Talk to you later.
Yep. Later, Josh.
Bye.